Well, we're on our way to Alamogordo. We went south to Socorro and just beyond Socorro, and then east through Bingham and the Valley of Fires and Carrizozo. Stopped at Carrizozo at the gas station there. Went inside and was just getting a drink, and they said, "Oh, did you know we're having brisket plates today?" So
That's special.
So I told Toby about it, so he decided to get us a plate of brisket and sausage and potato salad, and we shared that on the drive. I would cut it up and give him little bits of sausage. So we did that, and I took a picture of our food, so we'll put that up in our food album. And we're just, let's see, we should be getting to
We're 7 miles away from Tularosa.
about 30 minutes until we get to Alamogordo, but we're going to make another stop at the pistachio place that we didn't go to the last time and get some more pistachios for our trip. Then we'll head on into Alamogordo and we'll go to the Space Museum.
The New Mexico Museum of Space.
That's right. I went there with the kids a long time ago when Kevin and me and the kids took a long trip. We went south. We went to the Alamogordo and White Sands, and we went to Carlsbad Caverns, and then we went over to Texas and did some things, I think, in San Antonio, I think that time. I think actually we went to Corpus Christi. No, I'm not sure now. I don't remember. We've been to Texas many times, so it kind of all blends together now. But yes, we went to Alamogordo and we went to the Space Museum. So I have been there, but it's been many, many years. So we'll see what it looks like today.
I've never been, so I'm looking forward to it, and I don't have anything to add. I don't know what to expect. We'll shoot some video. I did get a new baseball cap with, can you get it?
I don't know where you put it. You move things
I
around.
just kind of threw it back.
Threw it. There it is. Ugh.
So I got a baseball cap with a action camera mount on it. So I think we're going to try that out. At least my hand's free, and the action cam can handle all the video. So I think it's a cool idea. I will look. Whoa! What just went over us?
Airplane?
Big airplane.
Yeah, it's got 4 engines.
So yeah, we're going to try that out. The hat cam now.
Hat cam.
Yeah, the hat cam.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
All right. We'll see you when we get to the Space Museum. So Toby's wearing his geek cam today on his head, as you can see, instead of on the chesty.
So it's an appropriate, we're at the Space Museum. So
why not look like an alien?
right, it doesn't look any geekier than, I just didn't realize it's stuck up so high.
We're at the Space Museum in Alamogordo.
Let me turn my camera on here. All right.
We need to sync up. Sync, sync, sync.
Oh.
They have, just like the Nuclear Museum, they've got stuff outside, which I already took a look at the Daisy sled and took some pictures in there in the garage, and took a look at the memorial statue, airplane, rocket stuff.
I'm going to change it over to horizontal here. Hold on, I'm going to have to do another slate.
Okay. Is that a wall or is that just a natural formation?
Don't ask me to look up it. It feels like I'm about to, let's do horizontal steady.
It's pretty cool to have the museum here in the mountain. We're in the foothills of the mountain.
All right, Slate. Sorry, I had to change.
You can see there's a white haze again because of the sand blowing nearby in White Sands.
So we're looking out over Las Cruces. I'm sorry, Alamogordo.
Yes.
And as Shelley said, in the distance, White Sands.
And it's just a beautiful day. Slight breeze, as you can see by the flags, but warmish, like in the 60s. So we go inside, do the inside while it's open, and then we'll come outside before we leave.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
take a quick walk around.
All right, let's do that. We still need to get some photos as well.
Yeah.
So it's 2:51. We probably have an hour to get video
Yeah.
and then come back in for photos.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Something there, I think. On the floor there.
Oh, business card. I can't bend over. The damn thing will fall off. Sorry, didn't mean to say damn. We have one adult and one disabled veteran. Do you recognize that?
In that case, I'll just let you guys in free. Disabled veterans get in free to the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we have for today. We're not going to have time for the planetary.
So just take the elevator up to 5, work your way up, or work your way down, excuse me.
I'm glad you said that because our tradition has been to start from the bottom and then we get to the top and we realize
But we went backwards.
that we went backwards. All right. Thank you very much, by the way. We appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Discovery. We're going on Discovery.
Wow. Nice elevator. I wish Jason was here. He'd love this. Oh, you know what this is?
5th floor?
Yeah. This is the shuttle.
Yeah. Control panel for Discovery.
All right, guys. So this is the first time we're using the hat cam. Don't know what it's going to turn out like, but hey, we're doing it.
That's right. There's the other elevator and a fire exit. Fastest man alive, Colonel John Paul Stapp. So this place has a lot of stuff dedicated to Colonel Stapp, flight surgeon and Air Force officer. Earned the title of the fastest man alive when he rode the rocket sled Sonic Wind #1 on December 10th, 1954, to land speed record of 632 miles per hour in just 5 seconds.
Jeez.
Phew. He's a fast man. Oh, look at the trash can. Isn't that cool? I like that. Rocket. Rocket trash. Rocket trash. Archaeastronomy.
Construction begins on Stonehenge, 3500 BC.
It's a cool looking telescope. The telescope.
Look through the stargazer to see a virtual window into the visible universe. There we go. So fifth level is astronomy, and there's some of the greats, including Isaac Newton, Edward Hubble, for whom one of our telescopes is named, Poincare, Carl Sagan, of course, Peter de Vries, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. Don't know that.
Lots of patches.
So they have a picture of Hubble, but they don't have, oh no, is that Webb? So they have a picture of Webb and one of its images. So that was put up after Webb was launched and touring.
White sands.
So Holloman Air Force Base is the base that's here in Alamogordo. And then, of course, what we have is White Sands Missile Range as well.
Really nice view, of course.
Now, these are the patches that represent,
All-purpose rocket for collecting
it looks like the shuttle missions there. And then these are the space research missions all the way through here. Very cool.
What's that?
Somebody's amateur rocket, one of the first.
World's first
Liquid fuel
rocket.
by Robert Goddard.
Ah.
Oh, look at this great view. So with hat cam, I can't look through this scope.
That's right. There's plenty more to see. Nice playground with a rocket climbing toy for the kids.
So in this scene, as we look out, we can see White Sands Missile Range, Holloman Air Force Base, the high-speed test track, and the White Sands Space Harbor, which is made available in case one of the shuttles has to make an emergency landing.
Astronauts. Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins.
This is a map of New Mexico
Buzz
showing
Aldrin.
all the, what are referred to as space trails. And they're all locations in New Mexico, from Sandia National Laboratory to
Data acquisition.
University of New Mexico's Capilla Peak Observatory, which we passed by today, by the way.
Surface on board Apollo 14. Rock boxes.
First three men on the moon. Neil Armstrong, first to walk on the moon. July 20th, 1969. So this is one of the containers they used to return samples, specimens from the moon.
Trinity and Trinity site model, and here we have some Trinitite.
What is that?
Trinitite? Trinity?
Oh, that's Trinitite. The did you already say this? Oh.
December 13th. Yesterday, they had explored the south end of the valley. Today, they would go north.
Oh, so we don't take the elevator back down, we take these ramps.
Yeah, it's a big spiral like we did in the other
Yeah.
museum. And it's all downhill, so hooray.
So this yellow craft up here is called Gargoyle, one of the first U.S. Navy's first, or one of the U.S. Navy's first guided missiles. What a great name. And there's a door back there so you can access the fuse. Oh, look at this view. We'll have to ask what this mountain range is called.
I bet Siri knows.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning the land of the space shuttle. Thanks for joining me. Please get up and give someone else a chance to do that.
Discovered you. Looking good, rolling on to final.
Now let's see if we can fly this aircraft. Move stick. Choose your skill level. I am a novice. Oh, we got a move stick.
Move the stick. Well,
10,000. Punch landing pad.
Oh,
9,000.
we gotta land the space shuttle.
Discovery Houston. Show you on center line, slightly high. Suggest you ease the stick forward.
Oh,
7,000. Discovery Houston. Show you a little high. Need to get the nose down exact.
I can't see the runway. It's cloudy.
5,000. Radar altitude. Checking.
Oh, there we go.
Discovery Houston. Show you on center line, a little bit low. Recommend you close to 2,000.
There we go.
Redstone to propel the chimpanzee into space at more than 5,000 miles an hour.
Okay, how about over the gear if you were in place? Roger, got him. 285. 1,000. 280.
It's very, very sensitive.
400 to 55. 300 to 50. Gears coming. 200 to 45. 100 to 35. Okay, everybody, brace yourself. 3. Touchdown. 4 coming open.
Okay, guys, we just landed the space shuttle.
Hooray.
Shoot out. Rotate. Discovery Houston, welcome home and congratulations on a great flight.
I thought that was an outstanding landing.
that was a fine landing.
It was fine.
Nothing that a few days in the shuttle processing facility can't fix. Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning to land the space shuttle. Thanks for joining me. Please get up and give someone else
a little
a chance
bounce
to
there.
fly.
Had a little bounce.
Long-range tracking cameras at the Kennedy Space Center picking up the first image of the shuttle from a distance of 16 miles.
I already shot all that. So
Oh, you did? All
if you
right.
want to see it, go ahead, but it's on camera already.
If you got it, I'm happy.
All right. Then I got all that.
Pardon?
I got all that.
Well, don't we have to go down this
Doesn't
way?
go that way.
Oh,
Goes this way.
did you get me landing the shuttle?
I don't know. I mean, between
I've never
you and
done
me,
that
I'm
before.
sure
I've
we
never
did.
landed a shuttle before.
You never landed a shuttle before? Well, I wouldn't think so.
No, that was my first time.
I wouldn't think you had.
They should hire me.
See, I went all
Is that
along
the
that way in the
track?
garage. Yeah, I went in the garage and got a few pictures.
Oh, good.
So if we don't have time today, that's okay. I already got pictures. Here we are, level 4. Inertial navigation. The shame of rocketry. What?
Oh, because of the damage the Germans did in World War II.
Oh,
But what
and
was
then the glories of rocketry.
well,
Yeah,
what
the
was
Germans
fortunate?
bad. Americans good.
That's Werner von Braun. He was one of the scientists that came to work for America that worked on the V. He developed the V1 and the V2, and then he came and worked for us. The Russians got some, and the Germans got some, but we got the majority of them. It's von Braun right there in front of an Air Force officer. When I was young, we used to fly model rockets.
I'll make sure to tell Gus to watch this episode when we show this stuff. I don't know if he's been to this museum or not. Of course, he was more into satellites than rockets.
Than rocketry,
Yeah,
than rockets.
he liked satellites.
Oh, this is interesting. So this panel represents the history of rocketry back to 1743. But as we get over here to 1961, 62, it starts showing some of the benefits that we received as a result of the research that was done in this field.
Including seatbelts, airbags,
Seatbelts and airbags.
in your car. There's a rumbler that you can feel how much the rocket shakes, but it wasn't working when I was pushing the button. Maybe it was doing a reset. I don't know.
Was that the is that the
noise.
one, the Saturn V that I pressed?
No, there's like 5 different buttons for 5 different
Oh.
rockets. If you wanted to see it.
No, I just want to go. Oh, I do want to see that. I want to get this.
It's that noise. What the heck? Oh,
This is an inertial guidance system. It's what's used to make sure the rocket is stable by
Seems to be in
determining
trouble.
its attitude and using it to make corrections.
I don't think it's working quite right.
Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, gosh. Maybe it's supposed to work like that.
I think it's kind of worn out or something. It's tired.
It's had a long
At the end
day.
of the day, I'm tired. Leave me alone.
You know, considering the fact that for our past several shows we had to deal with the weather, the cold weather, this is very nice being in what I'd call, it's not hot, it's moderate, you know.
Yeah. Well,
But it's-
southern New Mexico is going to be warmer,
Yeah.
obviously. Obviously. What's that about? There's nothing there. It's just a sign.
No, that's that rocket right there. That's
Oh.
an Aerobee.
Oh, okay.
I was a rocket geek in my teens.
Of course you were. Now you're a camera geek.
Used to build model rockets and fly them.
New exhibit on the way.
Oh, that looks interesting. I think it's neat that all the museums that we visit in New Mexico are constantly in flux. They're always making improvements and new exhibits. And I mean, it means you have to come back to see them, but it seems like we've been in several of them that are making changes.
Level 3.
So how's the hat camp so far, guys? Are you getting seasick?
Nothing will stop us. The road to the stars is steep and dangerous, but we're not afraid.
Yuri Gagarin,
He's not afraid.
he was the one that beat us into space.
He wasn't afraid. Cocoa Beach.
Oh, look at that Hasselblad camera. At the time, the Hasselblad was the finest. It still is, I think, to some extent. Unfortunately, they cost $40,000 without lenses. But they're digital now. But back in its time, it was the finest camera you could buy, and they used to make them specifically for NASA, so that they could be taken on the various flights. I think I owned one Hasselblad in my life with one 80mm lens. And then you realize that the lenses get progressively more expensive. Food. Soviet space food.
They managed with Coke and Pepsi there. This looks like a shaving can. Shaving cream can. Hey, you want to stick your hands in there?
Oh no, I did that once already, didn't I?
Sit on the seat this time.
This is a mess here. No. Little kids licking on it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So that's a reactor engine for the Apollo spacecraft. So if you guys haven't seen it, there's a movie called Hidden Figures about these several black women who were hired by NASA to perform calculating functions for the space program, the early space program. And those are the calculators they worked on right there. Can you imagine that? So if you get a chance, watch the movie Hidden Figures. You ready to go down another level?
You see the moon rock?
Oh, no, I didn't. Wow. What does it say down there?
Oops, it says don't shock yourself when you touch the bar. Lunar sample was collected by Apollo 17 astronaut Harrison Jack Schmitt in December 1972. Schmitt,
From
the
New Mexico.
only astronaut scientist to go to the moon, saw a rock that stood out from the others. At 17.7 pounds, the sample was the largest rock that the Apollo 17 crew brought back. The dense, fine-grained nature of the sample suggests that it cooled quickly, probably near the surface of basalt flows about 3.7 billion years ago. Although fairly young by lunar standards, the sample is the oldest thing many people will ever see.
So Harrison Jack Smith was a native of New Mexico, and he
Schmitt.
went on to become one of our senators.
Schmitt?
Harrison Schmitt, yeah.
Yeah. Gemstones in space. There's a turquoise. We took the cut cube of New Mexico turquoise into space in 1990.
The granite from the Sandia Mountains east of Albuquerque is 1.4 billion years old. Shuttle astronaut Susan Helms took this specimen of New Mexico granite into space in 2000 on board the shuttle Atlantis. That was the mission where they allowed...
Moon watch. How could you not have looked at the moon
Oh my
watch?
goodness.
Mr. I Love Watches.
Who's it made by? Omega, of course it is.
It's about
It's
Schmitt
not
again.
a watch, that's a chronograph. What does it say about it? Is that the one that
Yeah,
Jack Schmitt wore?
this chronograph during the Apollo 17 mission he wore. The Omega Speedmaster chronograph was chosen by NASA for the U.S. space program after a series of rigorous tests demonstrated its high level of precision and reliability. Program requirements called for a manual winding wrist chronograph that was that was waterproof,
More like the
shockproof, and anti-magnetic, and able to withstand temperatures ranging from 0 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit and accelerations at 12 G.
And Omega still sells that model of chronograph.
And there's Skylab.
It's called the Omega Apollo. Okay, I think we're going down to the second floor. We're going down to the second floor?
Well, yeah, this is about halfway, I think. Star Trek.
How did Star Trek sneak into the
Because,
Museum of Space History?
well, it came out in the 60s because Gene Roddenberry was excited about space. With his TV show, he kept people excited about space travel, traveling to space.
Oh, he was inducted into the International Space Hall of Fame for that.
Yeah.
Read that. Get that right there. It's a great story.
Fun fact, during his days as a pilot, Roddenberry had a friend named Kim Noonien Singh. After losing touch with him in 1967, Roddenberry gave a similar name to one of his most memorable characters, Khan Noonien Singh. Gene hoped that Mr. Singh might contact him, but he never saw his old friend again. Khan. Desilu Studios was the first to introduce the concept of reruns. I Love Lucy and Star Trek had been rerunning continuously in syndication since they originally aired.
Are you getting good shots? My camera's not responding to the dark.
I think so. Toys! Star Trek the game.
So these are the people inducted into the International Space Hall of Fame, starting in 1976. Neil Armstrong, well, they're in alphabetical order, followed by Blagonovoy Anatoly, a Russian, an Italian, a Frenchman, and a couple of Americans, more French, more German.
Wow.
Oh my God, there's a Delgado. I don't know what my hat cam is doing here. Let me just.
I thought that's why you were carrying your phone.
I'm getting to like this hat cam, although I don't get to wear our Roadrunner. So in 1995, they finally inducted Copernicus. And Sidney Gutierrez, the first Native New Mexican to command the space shuttle.
Got another video going on over there.
Where's our
What?
downward?
Well, we haven't seen everything yet.
No, I think we have this level. We have.
No, we haven't.
No.
Oh. Over here.
Oh. Oh, better lighting too. The women of Star Trek. Spock!
Con.
Oh, yeah, Khan. That's probably a Khan, isn't it?
The
Those were
ones-
the funniest
those
creatures.
ones-
Yeah, no, they were a riot.
Tribbles.
The trouble with tribbles.
Here's a tribble right there.
So, it's set right now. The head cam is set. So whatever I look at,
It looks at.
yeah. I love your sound effects.
Satellites. Oh, look at that.
Nebula.
Culamundo. My hand is getting tired. My hand is getting tired.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's why I always say that to myself. Ah, I wish Shelley would carry this. My hand is getting tired. So now I've got you carrying it.
I see that. Level 2.
To level 2.
This is more for kids, I think. Interactive stuff.
Oh, out of order. I could have flown something. I could have landed the shuttle again.
I think that's why they let us in free today. It's like, okay, so many things are out of order or broken.
Can you make a lunar rover?
With Lego?
With Legos, yeah.
I don't know if they're Lego brand
Yeah.
or
I don't know.
knockoff. Knockoff brand, yeah. They're not Lego because these are different shaped connectors than Lego would have. I think they're a knockoff brand.
Then we don't want to have anything
Legos
to
are
do.
very expensive. Lego bricks, I should say.
Did you bring any cash?
Discover your galactic weight on Earth, the Moon, and Mars.
I
don't
want
have
to do.
anything
I
on
want to
there.
do the moon.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I do. Do you want a coin or what? Huh?
I just got.
Okay.
You've got change?
I think so. I have to look. Here. Where's the? Here it is.
So get a quarter and a penny, and I'll race you. There we are. 1 quarter and 1 penny. What, is that an American coin? What is that?
Yeah, I think it's a state quarter.
You take the quarter, I'll take the penny. Let's see who does.
That's Indiana. This one is a state quarter. It's I can't tell. I take the quarter and what?
I'll take the penny, and then we'll race. So you go on that side over there. So I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, drop. Okay? Don't cheat. Ready?
I think so.
3, 2, 1, drop.
Penny dropped in first.
Because it's lighter.
Yeah. Now, if we had gold, this could be like the blue bowl.
So this is the kids' playroom.
Yeah, and they have
Very cool.
dress-up stuff.
You can dress up like
And
an
run around
astronaut
and
and put helmets on.
Pretend to do a moonwalk and stuff like that.
Very cool. To exit, please return to elevator.
Oh,
Back.
Back there.
The elevator's that way?
This way. See, John P. Stapp Air and Space Park.
Something fatter than I think I am. Nice view from up here. You gotta see that for me.
This is nice.
Here, let me hold your camera.
Out of order due to a great disturbance in the forest.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Rocket Lab. Push the button. See which one wins.
This one.
All right. Why don't you point your camera at something interesting instead of just the doors?
As opposed to the door. Are those for emergencies, I assume?
Yeah, but we don't have a planetarium anymore today.
Oh, nothing today? Okay. So it's just a museum?
Right.
What do you mean by?
Remember the freeze-dried ice cream craze? Oh, nice t-shirts. Nice t-shirts there, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, these are what we used to fly. So here's how crazy it gets. After you've done this a couple of months, you start designing your own rockets and your own tail fins. I went through this phase.
Ties.
And you see any pins?
Not yet. I heard an elephant.
It's a space elephant.
A space elephant? Stretch Armstrong. Here we go. Trading pins.
Pins and challenge coins.
New Mexico Land of Enchantment. It's a Muerto Indian chief. NASA pins. Junior pilot badge.
Oh, does it say Space Museum?
Coins. Medallion.
Here you go.
Aha.
Aha. Oh, you know what? They're all based on various,
Space programs.
yeah.
Different eras.
Is there a pin that's specifically the Space Museum?
Yeah, it should be up there somewhere. I forgot where though. I know we do have one that says Mexico Museum of Space History.
It's Apollo.
What's that one right there? You don't have your glasses on, do you?
I'll have to pull it up and look at it closer. Planetary science. New worlds. New
That's one of the
discoveries.
missions, yeah.
Oh. What's the square one? Here men from the planet Earth first set foot.
It's the thing that was left behind on the moon.
Oh, I see. 50 years.
Oh, look at this. So this pin is made from one of the lunar flown Apollo command
This would go
modules.
nice with your challenge coins if you're
And-
interested.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get. We have to choose one because they cover all the programs.
Oh, I see. Well, should I turn this off for now?
Let me see. Yes, we can turn that off.
So today we drove down to Alamogordo. We got to stop at a couple of places to take pictures. We went to the Heart. I don't know what was the big heart. Desert.
The big heart.
It was Desert Heart. Desert Heart. Heart of the Desert. Heart of the Desert pistachios, and we got to taste wine and ice cream and bought some popcorn and pistachios and
Brickle.
all kinds of great stuff. And then we got to the Space Museum. It was almost 3 o'clock, which was fine because it is not the kind of thing that will take that long unless you love space and you want to, stare at everything and, read
all the
everything.
thing.
But you start out, go up the elevator to the 5th floor, and then you just spiral back down to the beginning again.
And we managed to do that right today.
Yeah. Very helpful. Really cool. Especially if you're a big fan of NASA and all the space, missions, different missions, and a lot of history, great history. Beautiful, beautiful area, as you can see. There's
Mountains
a trail
behind
right
us.
here called Indian Wells. There's equipment outdoors. So
I'm going to flip it around. You've already seen this in the video.
there's, you go indoors and see the museum, and then there's stuff outdoors. So it's nice if you can be here on a nice day like we are today.
Here's my recommendations. It's a morning with family and kids. If you're a space geek, do it alone and give yourself a day. Because it covers literally everything from the first experiments with flying back in 1746, but that's the kind of museum it is. You've got to be a real geek to take advantage of the amount of information that's here. But bring a family through. It's very easy, as Shelley said. You start on the 5th level and you just walk your way down.
The 2nd floor is really good for kids. It's got toys for them to build things like they're similar to Lego, but they're a different brand.
Right.
And they're made with the space toys in mind, and they're for younger kids can do them too. So they're not quite Duplo, but they're not quite Lego. They're kind of in between. So good for kids to do as a family. If you're bringing your kids from toddler age on up to 8 years old, and they're going to work together on it, and they have like dress up space clothes for them and stuff too. So, and then there's some other things on the 2nd floor. Really good for kids. The rest of it's more for adults or older kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was born in 1949. I grew up with the space race and, all the manned missions and the missions to the moon and things like that, beginning with Sputnik in 1957. And I had uncles who were just as interested in it and kind of passed their interest on to me. So, like I said, if you're a space geek, come alone and give yourself a day, unless you're coming with another space geek. There's no restaurant, no food. There is a nice gift shop.
Yeah.
So, but make sure you either eat before you get here or...
It's not that far out. It's just to the side of the town.
You're north of Alamogordo, and you've got this beautiful view of the White Sands, the Oregon Mountains, etc. So it's a fun trip. We'd recommend it.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're in the area, spend some time here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.